Why did collecting take off after WWII? Imagine a world just coming out of a long, difficult war where people suddenly had more time and money to focus on hobbies. That's what happened after World War II. Collecting became a big part of everyday life in many countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, and parts of Western Europe. This shift wasn't just a passing fad. It changed how society saw objects from the past. One of the main reasons for this boom was the strong economic growth that followed the war. During the war, factories mainly made military supplies like tanks, planes, and guns. But once peace returned, those factories switched to making cars, household appliances, toys, and other consumer goods. More products meant more options for collectors. Prices dropped because mass production made items more affordable. Wages also increased, especially for returning soldiers who benefited from government programs like the GI Bill. This program helped veterans get education, buy homes, and find jobs, giving them extra money to spend on hobbies. Suddenly, collecting things like coins, stamps, or vintage toys was within reach for many families. Culturally, people wanted to remember the sacrifices made during the war. Collecting military medals, uniforms, and personal effects became a way to connect with history and honor loved ones who served. These items weren't just decorations, they held personal and historical meaning. Families kept them as keepsakes or passed them down through generations. Before the war, collecting was mostly something wealthy people did. Rare coins, fine art, and antique furniture were expensive and hard to get. After the war, a growing middle class could afford to buy collectibles. Items like vintage furniture, glassware, jewelry, and household objects became popular. These objects reflected the styles and culture of the time and let people express their tastes. The social side of collecting also grew. Flea markets, clubs, and auction houses made it easier for collectors to meet, trade, and share their passion. These gatherings created a sense of community and made collecting more fun. The baby boomer generation, born after the war, grew up in this environment and helped make collecting a common activity in daily life. In practical terms, the post-war collecting boom changed how people saw and traded collectibles. What was once rare or valuable mainly for museums or wealthy families became symbols of social change and personal identity. Collecting helped people stay connected with the past, celebrate their heritage, and enjoy hobbies that brought. Understanding this period helps today's collectors see their items not just as objects but as part of a larger story of history and community.